Hi, my name's Clive Donaldson, and out on our deck here at night, and my wife's behind the camera. And basically, what we're doing is this is right at the start of our next journey. Previously, we've been manufacturing stone benchtops for about the last 15 years, and in that space of manufacturing benchtops, for a large chunk of it, probably the first 8 to 9 years. I would go to a site, I would take some 3mm MDF and I would do some measurements, and then I would start cutting on site. If the walls were out of square or there was wobbles, I would mark on there where the sinks and the hobs were. Then I would take those MDF templates back to our workshop, and then we would basically trace them onto the stone and start cutting them. We started to look at how can we be faster and better at production, and that's when we started to enter into the digital world. We ended up buying ourselves a digital templater and connecting that with a CNC saw. It was so magical. When that started to happen, so many good things were happening. Production was going up. The guys, our team, was so much happier because the installers, when they were going to fit, things were actually fitting. The guys in the workshop were actually safer because the things were actually getting cut out more accurately. There was less handling. There was just so many downstream benefits of going digital. Since we sold our business earlier this year, I've been sort of thinking about what am I going to do next, and I started to look around at other industries, and upon just scratching upon this below the surface, if you like, a little bit, and realised that digital measuring is not really done in a lot of other trades. So many things. I spoke to a couple of people that do glass, and talking to people, and they're like, oh, we go to site, we make a template, we then go back to the workshop, and we get that all packaged up, and then we post that to somebody else, and then usually what happens in that particular example, then it is digitized at that workshop and then made and sent back. When I explain to them, or potentially as a service, what we could do is actually just go to the job, measure it, and email that straight to their machines. People will sort of say things like, oh, we're pretty happy with the way we do measurements, which is fine, but I think back to how digitizing changed our business, and I'm like, there has to be other industries that this could totally improve and make things a lot easier. And that's where we are now, is we're at the start of this journey about trying to take what we know and we're learning about digitizing measurements to other industries. We already know, speaking to people who've probably been down this track a bit longer than us, that we're going to face this wall of people saying, yeah, but we're doing it this way, we're happy with it. And that's where, talking with my wife, we feel as if starting this journey, and perhaps if you're keen to jump on board with us, if you're interested in this space, to connect with us. Who might you be? You might be a company that is currently going to sites and measuring things, and you're like having to maybe make a template, or you're worried because things might be out of level or out of square. This could be for you. That you might be somebody who's just purely interested in measuring things digitally and think that that might be a career for you as well. And so you might follow us in a way that as we start to pick up other industries, this might be something you can do in your town or city, wherever you are. So basically step one in what we've done is last week we basically identified a couple of industries, glass companies and awning companies, and we actually just phoned them. But when we were trying to explain what we do with digital measuring, they were a little bit confused. So that's what we've actually done tonight. Just before we filming this, we did a very brief video showing what we can do and how the machine works to a degree. So that's basically, we're going to try and use that as a tool so that when we're speaking to people, if they are interested, we send the video, and that will help, hopefully help them to be able to get a bit of an idea about what we're going to do. So we will update you as to how that tool works, and continue this journey with us wherever you may be in the world. Join us. Follow us below.